Critique 2E is in the linear category again, and it's talking about perpendicular lines. Perpendicular lines are different than parallel lines, but they're also very, very specific with how the slopes are related, just like parallel. The TEAC sounds oddly similar. It says, the student is expected to write the equation of a line that contains a given point and is perpendicular to a given line. So what we need to know about perpendicular lines is they are no longer having the same slope like parallel. They actually meet at a 90-degree right angle on a graph. And this time, their slopes are not the same. They're what we call opposite reciprocals. Okay? Opposite reciprocal slopes mean that they are reciprocal fractions. Numerator becomes denominator, denominator is numerator, and one would be positive and one would be negative. Opposite reciprocal slopes. So if we look here at this design here, we have that the green slope, or the red line represented by the green slope, has a rise of 2 and a run of 1. So the red slope is 2 over 1, or 2. And if we look at the blue, which has to do with the purple, our rise would be down 1 and our run would be 2. So our blue line slope would be down 1 over 2. These two slopes are opposite reciprocals. They're the flipped over fraction, change the sign. Opposite, positive, negative, reciprocals. Okay. Other than that, it sounds exactly like the parallel TEAC. We're going to be given an equation that we want perpendicular slope to and a point that we want our line to go through. We're still going to use these linear equations here, point slope and slope intercept form. But you might have an equation that's reads like this. It says, what is the equation in slope intercept form of the line that passes through the point 2, negative 2 and is perpendicular to the line represented by y equals 2/5 x plus 2? Okay, we need it in slope intercept forms, which means we need to write it in y equals mx plus b. But we know that we have all the information we need. Here's the slope of the original line, and I don't want the same slope anymore. I want its opposite reciprocal. That's the slope I want to use. I've taken 2/5 and I flipped it over to 5/2. That's a reciprocal. The 2/5 was positive, so the slope I'm going to use is negative. Well, now I have a point and I have a slope. I can fill in my point slope formula. So I would have y minus y1, which is negative 2, equal to m x minus x1. Just put the pieces where they belong. Negative times negative is a positive, so that's really y plus 2 equal to negative 5/2 x minus 2. None of our answer choices are written in point slope form though, so we do have to distribute and then rewrite the equation. So be y plus 2 equal to negative 5/2 x. Negative times negative is a positive, and 5/2 times 2 is just 5. Subtract 2 from both sides. So we'd have y equal to negative 5/2 x plus 3, which is exactly one of our answer choices here. Now we could have taken a second to make sure that we used the correct slope and eliminated half our answer choices. Do you notice that all of these equations do not have the correct slope? Only 2 of them do. Once I found that opposite reciprocal slope, I could just eliminate half the answer choices and be on my way to finding the right answer. Use your questions to help you out. As always, we empower, we impact, we love. We are Skeeter Nation.